I will eat your heart.
I will eat your heart. Little Nicky. Jeez. Oh my God. Okay. I was like, why do I know that so well? And then out of nowhere.
I wish you would have asked. Like, I'm the one who quoted it.
I like that moment.
And you can quote him.
You can quote him. Oh God, help me. What is that now?
That's Ace Ventura.
Ace Ventura.
I am Hyacinth Feldman. I am trainer of dolphin. You want to talk to the dolphin? You talk to me.
When he's up on the platform and
you can quote him.
Do you know him? Do you call him at home? Do you have a dorsal fin?
I have a dorsal fin.
We're not doing that movie. No.
Not today. Not today.
No, let's talk about that. Let's talk about how the Dolphins doing.
Yeah, 6-2 for the first time since like 2002.
Dude, I'll tell you what. Tyreek Hill is fun to watch.
He's very fast.
Yeah,
He's so
dude.
fast. He makes fast people look not fast.
Not that fast. I do wonder, like, I think, so somebody said during, like, the Olympics and during, like, sporting events, like, they should put, like, a graphic. They should put, like, a graphic of, like, a normal guy, like, how fast, like, a normal person could run.
Don't do
and,
that.
like, you see, like, oh, he's running this.
It's
and then you just see, like, a hologram of, like, a normal guy.
Like when you do a time trial in Mario Kart and your old, like, ghost person is racing you. They just put a regular person. Yeah. And you just see him.
They were thinking about doing that for like the Olympics.
The ghost person has a heart attack.
Yeah.
Or shit.
Absolutely.
Somebody get out there. Yeah. He needs help. No. Okay, here's
help.
Here's Star Olympic champion Simone Biles, and then here's Jeff, 34 from Illinois.
I saw a meme on Instagram where it was talking about like it should be like the draft.
Right, yes.
Where people just get randomly selected to go compete in the Olympics.
Yes.
You don't get to pick your event.
Imagine I get like, oh man, I got picked. Synchronized swimming.
Hold on.
I'm boned.
Can't even swim.
I can't hold my breath that long.
Can't even read.
Have you seen what those people can do?
Hold on. Yeah, no, I would love it if there was like an
Am I allowed to
option.
have a life jacket?
No, not at all. Little floaties, like those puddle jumpers with the wings. That's what you gotta swim in the whole time.
But then you try to do like the upside down parts, and you're just like, help.
Have you seen though? Like they have underwater cameras for those water polo games, and oh my god, like
They're
those
like
guys
ducks.
tear up each other.
Yeah, they're like ducks.
Yeah. It's like
they beat the hell out of each other under the water.
It's almost like these are the kids that would fight in the water and be like their mom would come out and be like, "Stop it!
No.
Stop! Hey, stop it!"
It's those kids when you're a counselor at a camp that like constantly try to drown you, and I'm like, "Hey, when we get out of the water, I'll beat your ass."
You won't learn today.
There's a bar of soap and a sock waiting for you later.
Full Metal Jacket style.
No, Peter, you beat him with a pack of sweet Valencia oranges. Doesn't leave a bruise and get your point across.
That doesn't sound right. Are you giving me lip ball?
You give me lip ball.
And he
She
takes
starts
out his belt.
smashing the belt, like Indiana Jonesing the belt.
Oh, Bing. All right. Well, I got a couple of things to start off with. So a couple of us aren't feeling well. Like I've dealt with a cough. You're dealing with a cough. Yeah. You're like the healthiest of
I'm
us
okay.
all. You're okay.
Yes. For now.
I'm all right.
Just tired.
Oh, man. Well, first off, this is welcome into another episode of Nostalgia Land, but we are into our first week of November. So we're out of spook season.
And we're into,
bye spooky season.
and we're into turkey season.
Now then the
Okay.
You've been working on that one. I love that.
I went to Virginia Tech.
Oh, yeah, that's right. A lot of turkeys.
First down. Hokies.
I'm so glad you did that on camera.
I love that we have these now. Oh man, no, I love people being able to see what we're talking about. But no, so I kind of want to ask you guys when you think it's okay, because I'm probably on the outside.
I know what he's gonna ask now.
When is it okay to start listening to Christmas music?
Now.
Is it now? You okay? You're
with
go
it.
with this? Just run with it? Oh my gosh.
Does
That warms my heart so much.
Does Target have it up in the stores? You can listen to Christmas music.
Thank
Again,
you.
as long as we're not doing everything Target is doing.
Yeah. No, but
some of the things.
a good
things.
barometer is CVS, because I feel like they try to sell an inflatable for like every holiday. It's like it's back to school inflatable. It's like a little kid with a pencil.
I feel like Thanksgiving and Christmas go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Like they're very similar. They're very fall,
It's like
wintry holidays.
like
even
the
though
Pilgrims,
Miami,
it's like the
all same.
Pilgrims screwed the month up, and they were like, "We're gonna have Christmas." Oh crap!
But we're gonna do it now. Oh, just change it. We're doing it now. Yeah.
I like when we were kids
Call
and like
Squanto.
Christmas was all about all the presents. And now I'm like, ooh, there's 2 days where I get to eat a lot. Fantastic.
With me, it's
And
like
no one's judging me.
No one's judging
with me, it's like
I'm supposed to.
I can eat dessert first. Nobody's gonna say anything.
Ooh. Well, we used to do a tradition where we go up to a cabin up in Georgia, and when I got older and old enough, sort of, we started having the tradition of like, oh, it's 6 a.m. I'm preparing the turkey.
Yeah.
And
For
no
me, that
one's
was called
judging me.
college.
Yeah. No, my buddy Zach and I, it was always so funny. We would like co-part in some turkeys. He would like smoke one on the smoker. So he'd be up at like 4 o'clock in the morning working on that stupid thing. I almost screwed up. I caught myself. I did 3 and then I was
he was up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
What is wrong with my mind? I'm always like, there's 3.
You just want to do
There's
this.
4. I do
That's
just
all.
want to do this.
Yes,
Yeah.
you do.
Everything's
He's
okay.
thinking about doing this.
Everything's all right. Yeah. Yeah, so he would smoke a turkey and I would bake one traditionally.
It's going to take a lot of rolling papers.
Do that whole business.
Got him.
What?
Smoking
Turkey.
Yeah. Smoking turkey.
Smoking. Do Pauly Shore just a turkey? Is there a Pauly Shore Thanksgiving movie we can enjoy?
Son-in-law.
Yeah.
Steven Tyler
I love
PJ.
Son-in-Law.
Steven Tyler PJ.
Oh
love
my
Son-in-Law.
gosh.
That may be my favorite Pauly Shore movie.
Inbreeder. The whole plot of that movie is he's like an RA in college. And he doesn't have anywhere to go for Thanksgiving, so one of the girls is like, "You should come home and meet my family."
Oh yeah. Oh man, how awesome would Thanksgiving be with Pauly Shore?
It would be horrible. It would be
Horrible.
so
With 1990s Pauly Shore, it'd be fine.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Well,
the way he behaved in a lot of those movies, like real Pauly Shore, probably be pretty awesome.
Yeah.
He seems like a really cool guy in the interviews
that's
I've
true.
seen with him
Right.
and stuff, but like just constantly with the Steven Tyler peaches. It's like, dude, shut up for like 5 seconds. I'm watching football.
You seem like I like a chill.
Yeah, exactly.
Call
Like we could
Thanksgiving.
crank it up here and there, but
Don't
like,
need Pauly
give me
Shore.
a break.
It's true.
Don't need
It's
Pauly
a lot.
running
It's a
around.
lot of energy.
No, man. So
It is a lot of energy.
Dude, something I always think about though is like, okay, and this might be too much, but one time my sister was working at the American Airlines Arena back in the day when it was called the American Airlines Arena, and she was working in the Grey Goose Lounge. She was a manager.
Back when it was called the Grey Goose Lounge.
Yeah, the Grey Goose Lounge. I think it still is, isn't it?
I don't think so.
No?
No
Okay.
idea.
It's like a club now.
Okay, so anyway, so she was a manager there. This dude comes in, starts hitting on her, and she kind of blows him off, like, all right, you're fine. No, I'm not really gonna pay attention to you. And she keeps working. Finally, she gets a text message that, and one of her coworkers gave her phone number. It was Kanye West. Before Kanye West was Kanye.
Yeah, when Kanye West was like
Kanye
Yeezy.
West, yeah, when he was Yeezy. And so he's like, hey, and like texting her, like, hey, it's your boy, like Kanye. I just wondering if you want to go out sometime and everything. And I kept thinking to this, she said no. And I was like, man, do you have any idea how amazing our Thanksgiving and holidays would be? Like just sitting around with Yeezy and like talking to him about turkey and stuff.
Like now you'd have to sit around with like Kim Kardashian.
right.
And he'd have like a sock over his head. It'd be really
He'd be
weird.
sitting in like full battle armor.
Yeah.
Just like an old knight's uniform.
he eats his turkey like this.
Yeah. Seriously.
Or what if he did like the Mr. Bean thing where he gets the turkey
Yeah.
on his head and that's just what he's wearing for the day?
The Monica Bing thing.
How you doing there, Kanye? You good? Get enough stuff?
R.I.P. Matthew Perry.
Matthew Perry.
He
Yeah.
got it. Joey got his head stuck in a turkey.
He did.
Just like that.
Oh, that's a good time. And then Monica did it, if I remember
Yeah.
correctly. You're our friends and
Yeah,
family guy.
Monica
expert.
does it, and she puts the sunglasses on it.
Right, and she does like the cha-cha
Yeah.
thing too. Yeah. So R.I.P. Matthew
Ding,
Perry.
ding, ding, ding,
The guy
ding,
was
that thing.
part of an era, man. He really was amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's okay to listen to Christmas music. I'm happy you guys are on board because Nostalgia Land Podcast is going to be coming out with our Christmas playlist.
Oh, nice.
Hopefully, it's going to have some of the classics.
So we got like a party playlist.
Yeah, we got our party playlist, our fun playlist. Now we're going to have our Christmas one.
We should do like a video game playlist.
Oh, we should do a video game playlist. Are there many Christmas video games out there? Or is it-
there's-
He was talking general.
I was talking
Yeah.
general, but
Okay.
Home Alone has games.
Oh man, yes, Home Alone does have games. I remember those.
Don't make me play.
Please,
Home Alone.
please play them.
I'm playing. Do I have to beat Super Ghouls and Ghosts? Because I technically
Yes,
beat
you
it
do.
once.
Yes, you do.
The game makes you do it again because that game is actually an asshole.
Trying to kill you.
Is the devil.
Yeah.
If you die and you go to hell, that's what you have to do forever.
That game,
That's what's
it's
on.
just that game sitting there going, "Fooled you."
I'll tell you what, though, it makes for a fun comment section.
Oh, it's a great time. You should join us online. Trey's doing his stream of Back to the Playroom. He's been playing a lot lately, and it's been really fun to hang out and just comment.
Thank you for everybody that does come hang out, because we get a lot of viewers that hang out for a little while, and I understand it's frustrating to watch me die over and over and over again. So I appreciate it. Maybe next time we'll play a game that like I'm actually good at, so you could be like, oh look, a new part of the game.
Oh, he knows what he's doing. Oh, cool.
A new part of the game.
Oh yeah.
We had a commenter last time, like I had just died on the same part like 6 times in a row. And like quick backstory on that game, if you're not watching, is there's a weapon that if you get it, the game is like unplayable. Because it only hits people on the ground, and like 70% of the enemies you have to fight are flying around.
Yeah.
And I got it by accident. And I was like, God, no, no. And so right at that moment, in the comment section, I thought you were good at video games. And I was like, well, you thought wrong.
Spoiler, it's my wife. My wife was making fun
I didn't want
of the
to.
whole time. It's totally fine.
I didn't want to throw her business out there.
It's okay. She's out there and she loved it. It was so much fun. No, but that's a great segue. So we got our Christmas playlist, coming out. We're going to do some Christmas movies and holiday movies over the next November, December, and a little into January, I think, actually. We got a couple lined up. But that leads me to this. Okay, so game segue.
Oh, yeah.
I got this. This came from a really cool guy. His name is Joey. And I have so hard saying Joey. Oh, no, Joey. I have a hard time not saying it like that. But Joey, I love you, buddy. So this is from Retro Pop Relics. This is pretty cool. Joey 3D prints old game cartridges. He does Super Nintendo, N64, and the Game Boy cartridges as well. So if you ever want to know, or if you ever wondered what it was like to be a toddler and hold an NES game, this will do it for you.
There you go.
At this thing, if you wanted my head for comparison, which is actually quite large, maybe that's not the best. We should get a normal person size head in here.
Yeah.
Well, not at this table.
No, not here.
Trace is the smallest.
Yeah, I think Trace, yours is the
most
smallest
normal.
head. Yeah, so it's a good size game in there.
Giant,
yeah, man.
It's a giant cartridge.
Super fun. He does a lot of the old classics, a lot of the best games. He does one that I really want to get, which was the Super Nintendo Spider-Man one, and it's like bright red.
Is it the Maximum Carnage one?
Yes, yeah, and it's a bright red cartridge, and he does also all the Pokemon ones. So check him out. He's on Instagram for Pop Relics. Retro Pop Relics on Instagram, and his shop is amazing. And this showed up really quickly, actually. I think I ordered it on like a Tuesday, and it was there by like Friday. So he's on it, man. But these are fun.
He actually slingshotted it to us.
Yeah, he threw it. He threw it in a box.
It got to terminal velocity.
Yeah, I just love how like he actually figured out how to print like a sticker and everything with like the original. I mean, that looks super clean.
Yeah,
like I was pretty impressed with this when it came back. So it's a fun, neat idea. Anywho, so. Thanks again for sending that. But back to this. Today we are grabbing on and hanging on for dear life to...
we're going 20 miles up.
20 miles up and 20 miles out. We're talking about Flight of the Navigator. This was this 84? Is that right?
I believe it was 86.
86, yeah, because they're like, because they start in 1978. And they're like, oh, you're gone 8 years.
I had never seen this movie.
This was like the fever dream movie for me. Yeah.
I thought I had seen it, and then I started watching it, and I was like, I'll remember. Nope. Nothing.
Oh, wait. Nothing. Oh, yeah. No, like the things that popped out to me were like the ship. I was like, oh, when I first saw the ship in this movie, and then the voices.
I remembered seeing the ship because they made a big deal out of it.
Right.
Because it was in Magic Kingdom for a while. Because they made 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They made like one that was like...
One is still used as like... But it's painted red.
It's painted red, and it's for like a drink stand in the.
Isn't it? It's still in the park, right?
Yeah, it's in Tomorrowland in Magic.
So you got to go look for that piece, man. It's somewhere out there. It's in Magic Kingdom.
You can find it like
if you like,
try to find it on the internet. Like they have pictures of it now, and you're like, that's the same ship.
It used to be part of the backlot tour, and then when the backlot tour ended, they took it and made it the drink stand.
That's right. Yeah, I love it when they repurpose and we're like, people kind of remember this, and like they just kind of throw it. I mean, you're like, this is this thing, and it just adds detail. It adds to the magic. I love
the look of the ship in the movie, especially when
it reminds me of the
shape shifts and goes fast.
It reminds me of the ship.
It goes into sports mode.
That's right.
It's like Crocs.
Yeah.
It reminds me of I feel like the guy who did set design.
Hey, don't be ragging on Crocs.
I didn't. I just said you can put them in sport mode. There's nothing. Full disclosure, nothing wrong with Crocs and sport mode. But I work in medicine. Everybody wears
Everyone's
Crocs.
in Crocs. Yeah.
Or in the restaurant industry.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, those are so comfy.
But It's like the guy who did the set design for Star Wars Episode 1 was a really big fan of Flight of the Navigator.
Oh, really?
Because that's
Okay.
what Queen Amidala's ship looks like.
Yes.
It's sleek silver, just
Wow,
like that,
dude.
and it's like the same shape. And this guy was like, "Hey, you guys like Flight of the Navigator?" And the set designer was like, "I see you do."
The guy's like, hey, do you like Paul Rubens?
You like Flock Seagulls?
I can know, but I can tell you do.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, it's funny how you say like Paul Rubens and how he didn't get credited in the movie
Yeah,
But
by
wasn't
his
that-
own choice.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
wasn't that on purpose?
Yeah, because he didn't want to associate. Like he wanted people to be guessing who it was.
For
But
Paul,
man, the
people who don't
first
know,
time
that's
he
Pee
goes,
Wee Herman.
yeah.
like you're done. You're done. It's like, well, there's Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah,
He's
right.
in this movie.
I was just waiting for him to do the.
I think he kind of does. I heard a couple times where he was like, he does that kind
Yeah.
of giggle, and it's like this is supposed
sure
to be
it's
this
like-
interplanetary.
I'm sure it's like a
AI.
reflex.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
he's
just
like,
in there.
it's like him mocking the little kid.
Well,
Right.
it's crazy how the movie. There's such a dichotomy in this movie of the first half and the second half of the movie, where the first half is this very trippy, very strange, very uncomfortable story of
like
this
a-
poor little kid
It's like an episode of Law and Order.
just jumping forward 8 years in time.
really sad.
It is really sad, and I saw somebody saying, like watching reviews and watching people's takes and stuff, that they were saying, yeah, you know, and he's kind of a baby, and this kid jumps forward in time 8 years. For him, it's been
20
15
minutes?
seconds.
Not even, yeah, yeah.
He closes his eyes, opens his eyes again, and goes to his house. There's two old people in his house that aren't his parents, and
I got so
he
many
is
qualms.
freaking out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, I would have just like had a heart attack and died. Like this kid is keeping it together. I mean,
Oh, we would have lost you twice.
yes, exactly.
Oh,
exactly.
So
Nobody
just,
would have known.
Back into the ravine.
honey, get the shovel. Another one did it. No, that's just like an area that he keeps picking people up.
I don't know what was more unbelievable, the spaceship and the aliens, or the fact that he was running through so much woods in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now,
yes.
back in the 80s, it's very possible I wasn't like
There was some empty
aware.
lots,
Yeah, I
maybe,
wasn't
yeah.
aware. Maybe it wasn't as built
Definitely
up.
wasn't filmed in Miami because there wasn't nearly enough cocaine.
No, yeah. This would have been the same era as Pacino.
Sort of the same era. as-
Say hello to my little friend.
Like Miami, you see Tommy Vercetti come out like, who's that little kid?
Seriously.
So just to give some folks a quick synopsis. So this kid, Danny gets home, and it's 4th of July, and his mom's like, "Hey, your brother Jeff, like earlier, jumped out of the car out of a moving vehicle."
Who's a little jackass?
Little asshole. Oh my God. He jumps out of the back of a moving vehicle and he's like, I'm playing at these people's house. And so his mom's like, hey, go get Jeff. Like, he's coming home. And so you go meet him in the woods. So Danny leaves, goes, meets him in the woods, and just like falls into a ravine, passes out, wakes up 8 years later, and doesn't know what the same. His house is gone. Well, it's not gone. It's just
His house is different.
House is different. Everything's different. He finds his parents again.
Yeah, because he goes and beats the cops.
Yeah, these two nice old people find him, and he
Yeah.
like runs past them into the house. I don't know like what his plan was. Like,
Where he was gonna go.
like
He said,
who did you? But like,
imagine. Go
hide
I get
in
it,
my
I get
room.
it. But like, yeah, this old lady just said they're lying to you. Like, nah, we killed your parents.
Okay, so think about it. Think
They're in
about
the
it.
walls.
You go to Walgreens.
And you come back and everything.
You come back right now, and some random old lady opens the door to your house, and you're like, "Hey, where's my wife?"
Yeah.
and
Where's
she's
the
like, "I'm sorry, we've lived here for like 8 years," and you're like, "Yeah, right. You're just gonna push right
That's
past because this is your house."
It'd be like, cool, you got any Tostino pizza rolls laying around? You can
I hope
heat them
they're in
up.
the oven.
Yeah.
because I left those in there when I left.
I was waiting for
I
him.
hope the house didn't break down.
Yeah. No, so he goes, they find out that he's like, his head's been filled with like infinite star knowledge.
charts.
Star charts. And now there's an alien
I
after
make
him.
star charts.
NASA's after him, which NASA
Yeah,
just
so
seems
the,
to have like infinite resources in this movie.
Well, NASA. This is like the first movie where they're kind of the bad guy.
Yeah.
Of the
Except
They
doctor
villainize
is-
NASA.
That
Yeah.
doctor
Sons
is
of-
an a-hole.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, when you think about it, if you're that little kid, they're the devil. I mean, but they're just trying to find out information. When you take it from the other perspective, now the guy could have gone about this a lot better. Than
So much
we're gonna
better.
steal your kid away and put him
Yeah.
in a room and tell you we're gonna bring him home in 48 hours, but then we're not gonna bring him home in 48
we're not
hours.
doing
We're
that.
gonna need a lot longer than 48 hours.
Just let the parents go, like live in the little room with him, and
Right.
then
Yes. Why not? Oh, but we need him free of distraction. Well, when you're talking to him, he's free of distraction.
Yeah, when
bro.
you're talking to him, he's in a room hooked up to the Ultra Brainwave 5000.
Okay, yeah. So like
That's not a thing, by the way. It's not a thing.
It's not
when you
part
get
of
an
that.
EEG, you're like in a tube, and like it's like an MRI
Oh
machine.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is sci-fi, okay?
There's functional MRIs where you can like move around, but you're gonna throw that off.
No, but I was just thinking. I was like, so when I watched this movie, I had a hard time with a couple things because I was like, I like, it's an okay movie, but man, I was like, Flight of the Navigator, more like Flight of the Wet Noodle,
Yeah.
or like Flight of like the pre-masturbator, because this kid is just all about himself. Because
Dude,
he's
and
just
he's
like,
constantly threatening murder.
right, yes,
The whole movie, he's talking about killing his brother.
The first time he does it, the little brother jumps out of the back of the station wagon. He goes, "You're not going to live to see your 8th birthday.
That's
I
right.
guarantee it."
That's right.
and he gets specific. He's like, I'm gonna put a pillow on your face at night and sit on your chest. Like, okay, buddy, no, we're
And then
good.
you meet, like, then you see more of the little brother, and you're like, well,
Yeah, I get it.
I could see that. But yeah, one of the craziest parts when they go. So the cops come because the lovely old couple calls them.
Yeah.
You're right.
And they take him to the station. They're asking him questions. You know, what year is it?
Who's
or
president?
what's today? July
you know?
4th.
Yeah.
Okay, it's July 4th. What's the year? 1978. And they're like, what the hell? And who's the president? Jimmy Carter.
Jimmy Carter.
And they're like, what the hell's going on with this kid?
hell is he talking about?
And then, so they look up his parents and they take him to his parents' house. And oh my gosh, they did such a good job of like capturing what these two people would look like.
Yeah.
Slightly
'Cause,
aging
like,
them.
Their
Yeah.
son disappeared and was pronounced dead.
That's the thing. It's not slightly aging. Like his mom looked like she went on like an alcohol bender. And
Yeah,
like
they
She
changed-
might have.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what I'm
saying,
saying.
like, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Because it can't just be like, oh, your hair's different.
Oh yeah, it's, you're
And you got a few more
slightly
you got
receding
you got
hairline.
the bags on your eyes are a little different. Like if one of your kids dies, that's like a thing.
They
Yeah.
look like they tied her to the back of that station wagon and drove her around
Yeah.
a little bit on the ground.
or the
They did a
front
great
of
job
the
with that.
station wagon.
And they just have that hollow, like almost skeletal look to
Well,
their
like
faces.
when the
where they're
dad
just not
sees him, he's like, huh. Like he doesn't even know what to say.
How crazy would that be? He comes up and you're like, you're the same.
Yeah.
Like,
Not only do you
Devin-
find him, but
Yeah.
he's the exact same. He's wearing the same shirt.
And that poor kid is wearing the same clothes the entire movie.
everything in the knapsack too. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, they never give him another change of clothes.
Did you say
do they?
knapsack? Was this the
They have like a
50s?
backpack and knapsack. Oh yeah, what's that? What's that
no,
thing
they
homeless
called
people do?
No,
like
they
back in the
called
day?
it. They called it.
a bindle?
No,
right,
but they called it a knapsack in the movie.
I
You're
know, I
not
was just
wrong.
kidding. Okay, I'm not there right
the
now.
cop. Well, that was like one of the funniest parts to me is she's like, I ran it through the computer 3 times. It's not a typo. Like, well, if it's a typo, it's going to show up as a typo in the computer because whoever typed
Yeah, but
it.
back then,
It's true.
it's different. We
But,
didn't have a Microsoft Word.
I just got
But
so
she's
annoyed.
like, he was last seen
Oh.
wearing a blue hoodie, and the guy's or a blue polo, and the guy's like,
blue polo.
blue polo,
Striped.
jeans. Yeah, white sneakers. And the guy's like, yeah, that's him. Yeah, that's definitely him.
It's
Well,
crazy.
Whoever took him, done with him, just dropped him right off because he's fine now. He's here. Well, like some of the things that I thought about, I was like, okay, so this kid, and I understand it because they do really play it up. And I was like, okay, this like it got a little emotional in the beginning when he's like, Dad, and like the mom and the dad are like coming out. It's like, our son's alive, and he looks exactly the same.
Yeah.
And then the weirdest part is in their hospital room, and his brother comes in, who when he left was like 7, and now he's
Yeah.
like 16,
Yeah.
Yeah.
or
Like
something.
8, yeah, because he said you won't see your 8th birthday.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he must have been like right around 8.
Yeah.
So
Right.
now he's like 15, 16.
Right? Yeah, and,
And
he's got his driver's license.
completely changed as a person.
Normal.
He's
When
now
you
like
see
super awesome.
When you see the silhouette, he looks like every like Avatar character in like every video game where it's like choose your character, but you can't see who it is. You just know they have glasses. You're like, who could that be? Is that like this guy or?
Well, I did love how like character development of like, oh, this kid stopped being a dick sometime after
Well,
his
when
son,
your-
after
when
his
your
brother
brother
went missing. Yeah.
dies.
Yeah. Kind of changes who you are as a
When
person.
the last thing you did to your brother was scare the bejesus out of him in the woods.
That's the first thing he does. He apologizes for scaring the hell out of him.
And
He's
then
like,
the
I
next thing
felt
was,
crummy about that forever.
I'm just surprised they didn't have like a cutscene, one little cutscene of like, we had a funeral, like we filled a casket. It was like, okay, that would have been too dark, Disney.
Yeah, that
that
would've
would have
been
brought
way
it
too
way down.
Well, you could do it like Parks and Rec with John Ralphio. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious.
Don't
be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious.
John Ralphio.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
John Ralphio, run!
Oh man, all the singing from last time really got to
Don't be suspicious.
from that. So people were like, "Hey, they sing." I was like, "Oh, cool. Okay,
Oh, this is our thing now.
that's our stuff." Yeah. No, so okay, so they're all cool about it, and everyone's like, "Cool, he's back. 8 years." And like the parents are like, "We're gonna reset up his room just the way we left it." Depressing.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah, update that kid's like.
honestly, get him some new
Nintendo's
shit.
come out like there's some stuff you can give that kid.
No, but I love that they're like, okay, we've had him for like a day, and then NASA shows up and they're like, do you mind if we borrow him for like 48 hours?
Well, he
He's
goes
in
to
the
the
hospital.
doctor. Yeah.
Right, goes to the hospital. They're
And
there
then
for like,
it's like the nicest
His
hospital.
brain starts communicating with the computer and prints out the spaceship that in the meantime,
Right.
he's going through all this and he's coming back to reality, NASA gets called in because a spaceship appears and it has crashed into...
Well, they think it's a spaceship. It's a silver blob.
Yeah, it crashes into like a power pole and drags it 100 feet. And I love that part. There's such cool things that they did with the ship. Like when they walk up and they're like, okay, so how are we going to move this? And the guy says, are you kidding? And he walks over and puts his hand on it, and it just starts floating away. And it's like, oh, that's such a cool touch that they did. Yeah. But then they take the ship in, and somehow NASA's connected to this hospital's computer because it prints out at NASA too. And he's like, Bob, you gotta see this.
Yeah, we did an EKG on a 10-year-old.
So then that's when they come to talk to Danny and find out what he knows.
yeah. And he's like, we just figured out this thing called the internet.
That's where we figured out he lives in Fort Lauderdale. Which I love how they're shipping this. This is how you know that like if Area 51 was like, if it happened like this, everybody would know about it. Because the way they shipped it was they're like, we're going to throw a sheet on it and put it on a semi-truck.
Yeah.
People just assume. I love that there was a moment where the people just assume, yeah, it's Florida. That's whatever. Like it's going on it's a spaceship.
It's going to Disney
on
World.
the side of the road. Yeah,
hey, you guys see that boat that floats? I don't know why they're from New York.
Yeah,
Everybody I do is from New York.
Well,
I'm from Florida. I could have just said it as myself.
Well, it's the summertime and snowbirds. You know,
it's true.
A lot of them are from the Northeast. They come down.
It's true.
You've never seen ocean that color. Look at that.
Our ocean's gray.
No, but I was so pissed with this family and with this kid by the end of it because I was like, okay, if NASA's coming after I've missed my kid for 8 years and NASA comes along and he's like, hey, can we borrow him for 48 years? So I was like, hold on, okay, you can borrow him, but here's the thing. I want to be able to get in a car right now, and then whatever house I point at,
it's mine.
You just buy it for me.
No, forget house.
Yeah.
I point somewhere and it's mine.
That's mine. I don't care if someone's living on it, some endangered bird or some shit is in there. No, that's mine now. And
Guy drives to Disney World and he goes, that.
I want it. That's
Delaware
mine.
small.
Yeah. I want all of it.
Now you can take my kid for another 48 hours and do your little blink flops.
The only thing I could think is I want to know why.
Where's he
My
been?
kid's been gone for 8 years. He hasn't aged a second. What is going on here?
It is super weird.
Now, I agree with Trey where it's like, I need to be able to come and be there with him because you just taking my child
A minor.
is not okay.
Yeah.
A minor.
Just in the 80s. Like,
Seriously.
these kids just come on a sleepaway camp. It's a minor. Need an adult supervision, please.
I need an adult.
I
am an adult.
Oh my gosh, we just threw away kids in the 70s and 80s, didn't we? We just get them out of here.
It's 11 o'clock. Do you know where your children
I
are?
have no idea. It's been 8 years.
You're a good bully.
You're a good boy.
Man, I'm such a loser. My mom and dad actually know where I am.
Well, then, so he goes to the NASA facility,
Right.
to start the research, and that's when we meet Sarah Jessica Parker's character.
Sarah JP, man.
Yeah, this is the
JP.
one role that when even as a child I was like, ooh, she's pretty, and then like the next thing I saw her, and I was like, ooh, not so much.
Wait, what's the next thing?
I don't know.
Sex
Was it
and the
Hocus
City,
Pocus?
probably.
Oh wait, because she's hot in Hocus Pocus.
She's hot and Hocus.
That's
yeah.
true. That's
This
true. She's
sounds-
smoking.
In Sex and the City is when she turns into hot body weird face.
Yeah.
There's one of the
Family Guy
I think
bit.
it might have been like the Nostalgia Critic or somebody that I was watching was like, why is it that every woman thinks that Sarah Jessica Parker is hot and every guy doesn't?
Every guy does.
I was like,
The
that's
Family
kinda
Guy,
true.
Family Guy does a bit about that, where Peter Griffin's like, "Oh yeah, Sarah Jessica Parker's in that. Yeah, she'd win first place if there was a beauty pageant for hot body weird face."
Oh my god.
That is funny.
That'd be great. Oh man.
It really depressed me though because I saw like an interview with her where she was like, "Yeah, I never even saw the movie," but I'm like, Oh, we'll bump you.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
trying
you
to
were
like
in it for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's like
maybe.
your third movie.
She's tried to like distance herself from this movie. I don't really know why. I mean, I guess because it flopped at the box office, but
It's got a huge cult following, and now that it's on Disney Plus, it's making a resurgence to the point that they're talking about remaking it, of course, with a female lead.
you have to. They're just gonna switch.
take it. All right.
They're just gonna switch Danny. They're just gonna switch Sarah Jessica Parker and the kid Danny.
No, you know what I want? I want if they're gonna do that with a female lead, I want it to be the little black girl from Stranger Things.
I don't know.
Like the sister.
Yeah, the sister who's like
See,
all
this
about
is
it.
a movie too
never-
that wouldn't matter. Like it's perfect for a
I've never
switch.
seen Stranger Things.
Oh my gosh,
really?
get a life, dude.
I don't even have
I had
Netflix, and I saw
account.
Stranger Things.
Yeah, I've seen it. I bootlegged that thing from Tibet. Like now I just have it.
That was before password sharing.
I bought Shark VPN, and now I can put my thing anywhere in the country. I don't even need Netflix to watch it. I can watch on YouTube in Yugoslavia.
No, I want her because I feel like that character, they could rewrite it and be like, okay, sure, you're going to go. I'm going to go for 48 hours. Listen, I don't want to ever pay for college. I don't want to ever pay for anything, frankly. Never taxes. Whatever I make, I make.
Well, nowadays NASA would just show up and put you in cuffs, and you'd be like, "What's going on?"
Yeah, and then you just be gone.
like black bag you.
Oh, yes.
CIA
NASA's
shows
lost
up.
some power, though. I don't think they're as big as.
Hey, they're the Space Force now.
the space.
We have an army in the space.
Dude, have
in
you
space.
seen? There's this guy on YouTube. I wish I could shout him out, but I can't remember his like handle off the top of my head.
Well, stay tuned.
But he was in
Great
the
movie, stay
military.
tuned.
He was in the military, and he does the different branches, and he dresses up as like. So like for Army, he's in like the fatigues with like a headset on, and Marines, he has like the helmet. So when he talks about Army, he talks normal, but he's always like trying to be really tough. So like,
Right.
it'll be like going to the range with Army, and he like puts the gun, and he's like, these things they're not even fun after a while, and he shoots, and he's like, no, it's not true, these are always fun. And like with Marines, he just talks like rah, 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 and then does subtitles
on that.
and he has one that's Space Force, and the guy's wearing little hands on each finger, and he talks to a potato, and he has like a tinfoil hat, so like they'll be shooting, and he's like, your turn to shoot the gun, potato. It's so funny.
That is funny.
No, I just didn't think, like, honestly, when the authorities showed up, I was like, is this NASA? Is this really NASA? Like, I feel like this would have been like
He took
CIA or FBI or something. I was
liked
like, no,
that.
we got NASA.
He
to
liked that
handle
free
this.
gift though. He took that hat with him when
Oh,
he
yeah,
busted out of that
yeah.
room. He was like, bust it. All right, now we're good.
They gave him a bunch of crap.
Yeah. They hooked him up and they gave him a TV and they're like, here's how a
And then his
remote
hat
works.
got, and then his
A
hat got
remote control wand.
Oh, yes, that's right. Instead of
I
wand.
kept saying, like, did he say wand at the
Yeah.
end of that?
Lumos.
Man,
Nothing works
must
unless
have been brand new. Then.
Right, yeah. Nothing works unless it's on channel 3.
That's right. That's right.
You got to
Hold
jiggle.
on.
You got
Hold
to
on.
jiggle the cable in the back.
Hold
Yeah,
on.
you gotta-
Grab the antenna. Hold on.
You might want to rearrange part
Where's
of the living
Starsky
room.
and Hutch?
Yeah.
Listen.
Why isn't
touch
Mario
a-
3 working?
right.
The red cable fell out of
Touch
the
a
back.
nipple, point in the direction you want. Try to find out. Yeah, there you go. Try
Yeah.
to find the prices right. Oh, man.
Yeah, he tries to find Starsky and Hutch.
He does.
And
He's
Sarah
like, "They
Jessica
canceled
Parker has
that
to
show."
break it to him.
What? That was my favorite show.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there's something else about that, too. And
She's
he's
like,
like,
"You're weird, huh?
yeah.
I'm not the one with purple hair."
And she's like,
Cool.
I went to a Twisted Sister concert.
Yeah, who's she?
It's a he. Actually, it's a they.
It's a they. Oh, man. This movie just jumped about
This
40
movie would
years
work
into the
today.
future. This is time traveling. No, I liked Sarah J. She was fine in it.
And then he gets his hat eaten.
oh, yeah.
Later. Yeah, later.
Well, so she has to get on. So
She has to get him a Big Mac.
get him a Big Mac, and he finds out that he can like telepathically communicate with this ship.
Well,
and
it
that's
keeps
what bothered
calling
me.
to him.
Right, but it kept bothering me that it's like, bro, do you not see the value of what like you got in your head? You could just be like, I could sit here quietly and be hooked up to the machine, or you can get me another Big Mac.
Well, you got to remember, like, he doesn't understand anything that's going on.
That's
He's blown away by this.
Pissed me
Well,
off
the
so much.
thing is, like, he's in this chair, like, hooked up to this machine, and the ship is basically, like, communicating with... And he's over
The
there,
ship
like...
explains it later in the movie where they say that the whole myth about humans using only
10%
10% of their brains.
Right.
And he said, so what we did was we filled the rest of it with information,
Which
like
was-
star charts and all this stuff to see what would happen, because that's why the ship came, was for experimentation, just to take a species or a being from the planet to experiment on.
Okay, and just to see if that like works because I mean I feel like if you filled a brain to capacity, like that child's gonna be scarred because they never talk about like, oh, I'm gonna get it out now. You don't have it anymore. It's like,
well,
no.
and why can't he access it?
Right, himself. Everything he does
There's
is
things that don't make a lot of
Because
sense.
then the 10% he can't use.
Oh yeah, it's in the percentage.
the other
90%
Yeah, the
that he
other
can't
90%,
access.
yeah.
So he just it's like what there's like a
Subconscious
door
thought.
lock.
No, this kid's
He's
using
like,
like
hello, I need the star
No,
charts.
Max is sitting there going, you didn't say the magic word.
Non-compliance.
I'm gonna say this kid's using like
Compliance.
maybe 5%. I'll give him 5 or 6% of that brain because there's so much you could like. You could have been like, "Oh, you're a spaceship. You can travel back and forth in time." Where's Jimmy Hoffa-Berry? Like, what are the lottery ticket? Like lottery numbers? He does nothing to set himself up for the future.
He just wants to get back to his
Well, you know
family.
he's 12. What are you talking about? 8? He's 12.
Oh,
he's
yeah,
12.
his
Because
brother
they're
was
gonna like
8. Yeah,
in 8
his brother
years
was
he's
8.
gonna be 20.
Yeah, his brother was 8.
Oh,
That's
it
right.
bothered me so much just how he's like, oh, okay, you can't tell me anything about the future. No, just when you get back, just go launch your fireworks on the boat. You know,
Yeah,
enjoy
I
your
think
life.
this kid is just in shock the
just the
entire
whole-
film. But then we're getting closer and closer now to the movie completely shifting
Yeah.
in tone.
Yeah.
And
then
I
it
think what
becomes like-
happened was there was a Nordic company that was doing the production of this film, and it had been pitched to Disney, and Disney had passed because they were going through like a really tumultuous time in their company.
Oh, it was hard. Yeah.
Kind of what we're headed back to in this state. But so they that's when they brought in Michael Eisner and a bunch of new people, and the company that was doing the movie went bankrupt.
The fjords. North.
Yeah, exactly.
and
And so Disney ended up picking it up and running with it from there. And so I believe that a lot of the production had already been done.
Wow.
And then the spaceship keeps calling to him, and we find out that he can access the ship, and NASA can't even break into it. They can't cut into it.
Yeah.
It's kind of a bummer when they're standing there and the guy's got the blowtorch, and they're like looking at it, how to get in, and he's like, it's seamless, and there's a giant seam in the ship right there. It's like, oh man, you guys could have like moved the camera like a little bit away.
You should be like, who hired that guy?
Yeah,
Does he
exactly.
know what seamless means? This is NASA, goddammit.
It doesn't have a zipper in it, dude, but there's a seam right here.
Now, I will say I love the design of the ship.
The
I thought
ship's
it was
so cool.
really unique,
Yeah.
and then I loved how he accesses it. That it's like turns into like the Terminator 2.
Yeah.
like it turns into like liquid
That's kind
metal.
of where they used that for the Terminator 2 was
And-
inspired by.
That's how he gets in, and then that's how the thing changed shape. And man, I had no idea that was the you were saying the prop director for Princess Amidala's ship.
Oh, I don't know if it was. I'm saying like,
Bro.
he was a fan of the movie.
Yeah, but like it definitely has that same shape, and I was that's fan. I love that as a callback. That's awesome.
the Naboo.
The Naboo. That's
It is
right.
such a cool look when that ship takes off.
Yeah.
But they start doing the junk where he's flying
20 miles.
20 miles
Well, he
up.
goes, get me 20 miles away from here.
Yeah.
And the ship just goes, compliance.
Why just 20
There was a
miles?
problem there because they go up at like Mach 10, and the kid's just like, It's like, no, dude, you would be dead like a flat pancake. And then when you get into outer space, you're like floating in gravity. Is there atmosphere in the ship? How are you breathing?
Yeah,
Like, what's
yeah.
going
No,
on
the
here?
The ship, Max has done his research. So.
And it's cool how like their Max is very computer-like, compliance. Okay, like taking everything very
I did
literally,
like that.
shooting him back down, taking him away, and like doing exactly what he's supposed to be doing. And he's when he first appears, he's speaking different.
Garbly gook.
Yeah,
kind of.
It's
nothing.
French,
Yeah. Oh, was it?
and it's like aware, sit down,
Klingon.
please sit down.
How is it not
Then
Norwegian?
he switches to Bulgarian.
Oh.
And he says, please sit down. Please. He's trying to, and then that's when he goes into English and starts speaking to him. And he's telling him, like, you're the navigator.
Yeah.
You need to sit down. I need the star charts that are in your brain because when I hit that power line,
I messed
I
up.
fried my circuits. And
now
what was the ship doing when it hit the power line, Trey?
Yeah, it was looking at daisies.
The ship is admiring flowers.
now I've been possessed by Paul Rubens.
Yeah, exactly. Well, then, so they start to do the transfer of the star charts back to the ship so that the ship can go home. And he explains to him that, the whole thing with his brain and how 90% and 10%.
Yeah.
And then he says that, he's there to study species on the different planets that he goes to. And normally he takes them right back to the moment that they left, but he found that the human was too fragile, so
For
he just
time travel.
put him back. And it's like, yo, dude, that's so messed up.
I put him
Like, when did you know humans might be too fragile?
Yeah.
Like, run me through your process.
exactly.
Here.
Like,
hold on.
did
Put
you
him in the
need me
same
on the
spot.
ship?
Yeah. Was it after you picked me up and struck me through 8 years? Like,
Now, but they did say in the NASA scene where when the gobbledygook is coming out on the computer, the NASA guy says, like, how far away is Phelan?
yes, I
the
did like this
planet?
detail. Yeah.
So he took him to Phelan and brought him back, and he's like, you were traveling beyond the speed of light.
yeah.
So you were gone 4 minutes or something
2
like
hours,
that.
2.5
2.5
hours.
hours.
Yeah.
And it was 8 years our time.
Yeah. Or 4 years. 4
Because
years
it
there.
was 4
Yeah.
years there,
4
4
years
years
back.
He says
back.
that the rules of time are different when you're traveling at light speed.
I love
Yeah.
that stuff, man. That is one of I have that.
I thought it was like a really good
That makes
touch.
my brain hurt.
Oh, but I
don't
love that
do
stuff.
man. Like when you get into that stuff, like, oh, but what if we could spin the Earth backward? Like, stop, man! It just makes my head hurt.
Well, they were talking about. I've seen stuff recently with scientists, and they're like, oh yeah,
like
if
Superman,
we-
it worked, but
Yeah,
he just flew
He
backwards.
just flew backwards, and we get reverse Earth. Yeah, and not just like everything being destroyed because
Sounds like a
the
health
Earth was
problem.
spinning that.
I thought a
I get
cool.
reverse Earth.
I thought a cool like Twilight Zone episode is if like he did that and then he comes back and everybody's speaking backwards and he's like, uh oh.
Yep.
Or he does that and the planet just starts to come apart at the seams. Like,
Actually,
if
that's what
if
happened,
you
yeah.
reverse the poles, it's very bad for us.
Neil deGrasse Tyson was like, if the
I-
Earth ever stopped rotating, first of all, everything would just be shit on the wall. Like nothing would be around.
Because we're actually
anymore.
moving super fast. And
Well, who's the comedian? Pete, is it Peter something? He's like, nothing makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
You're on a rock hurling through space at 1,000,000 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
These atoms know that these atoms.
Everything's made of atoms. And
Yeah.
then they become molecules. And
Yeah.
those go together. Okay.
And he's like, these atoms know they're Pete,
Yeah,
and
these
these
atoms-
atoms know this is a chair. Like, these don't touch. No.
doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah.
So he keeps yelling.
Yeah, I love
is
that
it
guy.
Pete Holmes?
Peter Holmes.
Yeah.
It doesn't
He's
make
so
any
funny,
sense.
dude. I love him.
You should see that guy in some interviews, man. He in like ones that he's not being like his comedic stuff. He is super insightful.
Oh, I bet.
Like he's like,
Well, when he torched, is it Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon?
I
Or no, it
haven't
was
seen
Stephen
that one.
Colbert.
Okay.
If you look it up online, it's a really funny thing where he's trying to like kind of lead into a joke, and Stephen asks him some question that cuts the joke off at the seam at the pants, and he's
Yeah.
like, "Hey, as a fellow comedian, you should help me here. I'm your guest on this show. It's really funny."
first rule of improv, it's yes and not no.
exactly.
We're not doing that. We're moving on.
Yeah.
Hold on. No,
Very funny.
I did enjoy the science of this. I thought, okay, this has like some weight to it, and especially when you think about like, okay, the science of like 84, 86 when this took place. So I thought that was pretty cool.
It was cool. It was
But
cool.
again,
and
I
then
was like-
right where we were, we're getting ready to hit that shift.
Yeah.
Hit that switch and
Hit
change
that.
the movie.
This is a different film.
Right when he decides, like, okay, I'll let you take the star charts from my head
If you take me back in.
if you take me back to my family. And he just
wanna
wants to
go
go back to his
home.
family. Doesn't even want him to take him back in time. Just, I want to go home. I want
doesn't
to go
even
home.
want to go by a Burger King on the way there.
Dude,
Like,
that kid is acting his ass off.
Yeah.
This whole
Yeah.
movie.
that kid could cry on demand.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he cries on
brilliant.
cue, and then he's interacting with a disembodied voice, like
Yeah.
because he never met
That set
the-
is badass, though.
Yeah, the
So
voice
inside
of
the
Max.
ship.
The
he nev-
inside, you're right. Yeah.
He never met the guy who's the like they never met in
Paul
person.
Rubens.
So
Yeah.
he's just
Because he just recorded lines.
he's just reacting to recorded lines.
Yeah,
like,
man.
All right.
Kudos to this kid. Everyone's acting in this was actually great. Even Sarah Jessica Parker was.
I loved her
was
in this movie.
Excellent.
She was like one of my favorite characters.
You know, the only things I have wrong with this movie is just some of the logistics and where this film could have gone. Because then, like you said, the second half of the movie is just, all right, we're flying here, and then we're flying here,
Yeah.
and then we're flying here, and then he
it
just goes,
becomes just like
"I
this
just wanna
little
go
kid
home."
movie where they're just having an adventure in a spaceship.
right.
And
That lasts for about
that's
20
when
minutes.
when Max goes from serious computer voice compliance, like all that, to like I'm Paul Rubens and I'm crazy and like ridiculous. And then you meet the creatures and the one creature eats his hat. Yeah.
What's the one thing he does? I think he goes, I don't know. And it's just like, all right, dude. It's like,
And there was like the blob creature.
Oh, yeah.
oh, that thing creeped me out.
With
Some
all
of
symbiote?
those things
He's like,
creeped
oh,
me
he's
out.
sick.
Oh,
So apparently in the
It's the
original
symbiote.
script, that was supposed to be like this is so gross, but that was supposed to be like a sex animal,
Huh.
and it's covered in what you think it's covered in. Yes.
Oh.
Yes. And
It's
it's
the
like,
magic
come
school
on,
bus.
who-
We're going down.
Oh, it's so
who
sticky.
wrote this?
It's so phlegmy and sticky and
Yeah.
goopy and that. Oh.
Moving right along.
No, that's going to sit with me for the next week.
You're
and
welcome.
that-
I've been
oh,
holding on to this
God.
in the research for this
so
episode.
sorry.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
disgusting. It's disgusting. No, he's just sick, like me.
Okay,
he's got a
just
cold.
sick. It's just a cold.
He's
just
He's
sick.
going to be fine.
But
Eventually, he
not
won't be
in the
that.
head.
He won't
Yeah.
be that phlegmy.
And then he
I'll be
gets
fine.
like the cool the little pet.
Oh,
Oh yeah. I love
I
how
forget
he's just
what it's
like,
called.
Oh yeah, go ahead and touch that. That's
He's
fine.
like he's like because he keeps telling him like, don't touch. Like
Yeah.
he's super dangerous.
Don't
He'll
touch.
bite you and never let go. He'll
that
kill
thing,
you.
yeah, that thing's murdered 14
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
and hung its heads on their wall.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
They didn't come back after 8 years.
You're not the first kid I brought on this
They didn't make it to
they
Phalon.
didn't get to Phalon.
kept
So
poking the eye.
he lets him hold it, and at one point when because he says like, oh, I could fly this thing better than you, and
oh, yeah,
Max goes
sure.
dark. And the ship just starts dropping out of the sky, and he's searching for the button to press to get it started, and he freaking just right on the little animal,
Oh.
and it's like, oh, dude, why do you guys have to put that in there?
Bro, well, like this whole thing is just like, oh yeah, that's an alien species. We don't know why it doesn't bite. It might
Yeah.
bite. Like I was like,
That's
why
right.
are you touching it? Stop touching it.
That's why like, why would the kid? But he's a
12.
kid.
Sorry,
12.
just another logistic
Ooh,
thing.
look at that thing.
Yeah. Another logistic thing about this. This ship has thought about everything, right? It's thought about every need, and it can create. It said it can create a bunch of like anything it wants, inorganic or organic matter out of thin air. It doesn't come up with a bathroom though.
Or didn't know what a bathroom was.
Didn't even know what it was. It was like, do none of these other creatures like defecate or
That was
piss or
before
anything?
he had the knowledge of the kids, so
Oh,
he doesn't
okay.
have the knowledge of the humans, and so he gets out and
Let the kid
he's like,
pee.
"Can I get some privacy?" And he's standing. He's like the face.
Don't
and
know
he's
what
like,
privacy
And
means.
then he's like, "Don't understand privacy."
Wait, was
That
that,
reminds
before
me-
Paul Rubin? Was that before it was
Yeah,
Paul?
that's
Before
he's
he's
Paul
like fully crazy
Okay,
as Paul
okay.
Rubin. Yeah.
Because
The
they
whole
start-
time it's his voice.
I just had a weird did he say I see you pee or
No,
something?
no. He says later.
No, he starts mooing at the cows.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
But later, Danny makes some kind of comment about you're leaking. I
Yeah.
can't remember. And then he's
You
like,
do that.
Yeah,
No,
and then
you-
that's when he's Paul Rubin. He's like, "You're the one who leaks," or
Yeah.
whatever. Like,
That I remember.
that was
but
great.
the best part of the movie is rapidly approaching. So they go and there's like the car driving, and they're trying to find their way back to Florida, and they're shooting off to Tokyo, and they're shooting over here, and then
It's like Soren at Epcot.
like, could you imagine?
Maybe that's where that idea came from. This Flight of the Navigator slowly became Soren. Oh man.
Could you imagine you're driving along in your car, having fun with your homies, and then like you look over and there's just a spaceship with a little weird kid poking his head out? I'd be like,
Yeah.
I'd do exactly what they did. Like, let's get the hell out of Dodge.
Just run.
But then they go to Burt Reynolds' farm
Reynolds Farm. Yeah.
in Jupiter, Florida, back in the day.
It's got to be Burt Reynolds or
And it's
something.
Big Al's Gator Farm.
Oh, I love that guy.
And I love that whole scene because it's so perfect where the spaceship comes down and he is just completely in shock.
Yeah.
Like, what the
He's
hell?
back.
It's the loudest
Am I-
voice.
Yeah.
sorry.
And then he's like, "Can I get some change?" And he's just like, "Here's some change."
Here you go, buddy.
And then the douchey dad pulls up with his kids, and the kids are playing all over the spaceship.
Like, can we see the spaceship, Dad? And Dad's like, fine.
Yeah, sure.
Just go.
Go ahead. And then he's
Florida.
like, "Oh man, the Indians could use some work, but that ship is really something." And the whole time, Big Al is just staring at this thing like, "What the?"
Big Al looks
hell?
exactly how you think Big
Yeah.
Al looks.
Big Al is.
Overalls,
Big
red
Al.
shirt, red trucker hat. My trucker hat.
Man, I was looking at that waistline of those pants, and I was like, where are those hanging on to? Those suspenders are doing God's work right
That's
there.
right.
Because that
That's
dude
right.
had a gut around him, man. I think its spaceship would take about 2 light years to get around that dude. But yeah, I love that scene. Where they were like, yeah, it's Florida. It's
Yeah.
Florida. There's spaceships on site. Yeah, it's fine.
There's
It's like-
gators and
And
stuff.
then he runs and
Florida.
he jumps back inside, and like that thing takes off, and they're like, "Oh my god!" Like that was like real. Holy crap! I thought that was
We
so
tell my
funny.
kids really wash your hands. Just go wash your hands. We don't know where that spaceship's been. Let's put some sanitizer
That's
on
it.
it.
Did you touch the gooey monster?
Which part did you go? Yeah.
Did you get your hat eaten?
Did you get your hat eaten? You never saw that hat again. No.
No, he ate
gosh.
that hat.
Yeah.
He burped after eating that hat.
He's hungry.
The I guy was my favorite alien in the thing.
I like Max.
Oh, the big eye?
He reminds me of the thing from Jabba's palace in Return of the Jedi.
When
Luke, when C-3PO comes to the door and it's
right.
it comes out.
Yeah, it does.
I'm like, oh, it's Max.
He's like,
What happened to your
Choppa?
Did you got hunted by the Hutts and now you have to work for Jabba?
That's probably where they probably got repurposed. No, but that was 86 as well after Jedi. So never mind. Yeah.
It was well after. Is it after Jedi?
Was 84 Jedi? I thought 84 was Jedi.
Maybe
we can look that up and stay tuned on that one, man. So they get back to spaceship. The movie turns into this fun comedy romp where he's shooting around the plane.
It lasts for like 25 minutes.
He's just trying to get home.
I just want to get home.
The pacing is so weird.
I think you could have made two separate movies. One serious movie where the kid's all freaked out, and then the other movie where he's just having a good time with Paul Rubens in a spaceship.
Man,
because both of them are fun in their own way.
Well, the weird part is like they set up this movie that it's going to be like about this kid like where he's like looking at the girl like that he has a crush on and he's like talking to his dad and all this stuff and then you're like, what was the point of that? Like,
yeah.
What was the point?
To show the struggles of the kid.
But what was the point of any of that? Just have the kid fall into the thing. Like, go get your brother.
Well, I mean, when you think about it, okay, so my buddy and I were, reminiscing. This was a couple years ago, thinking like, hey, did you ever see this movie? Did you ever see that movie? Did you ever see this movie growing up? And I'm like, did you ever see Flight of the Navigator? And
doing the show without my permission.
Yes, exactly. And he was like, oh, yeah, man, I love that movie. And so we found it. And we watch it, and literally when the movie ends, we're like, huh? That's it? Like, man, in my childhood memory, it was so much longer and so much more drawn out. And I was literally like, the movie started and it was over. Like, where did that movie go?
Well, I think it's also because like there's no character growth. Like from what you were saying, that is like he just got like they set him up that he's like kind of a wimp, kind of a dork. He doesn't have confidence in talking to women or girls.
He's a creeper.
He's a little creeper looking through his
telescope
at the girl that he likes and stuff.
He's fully clothed.
At the end would have been great.
Still creepy.
Yeah, still creepy. But at the end would have been great if he's like, oh yeah, like I'm back. I've been to fucking space and everything, and I've aliens.
You want to go on a date?
Yeah. What are we doing? Just yelling at her. What are we doing Friday?
I thought a really cool scene would have been if they had him link up with Sarah Jessica Parker.
Oh, yeah, like the little
like
girl
as a
version.
20-year-old, like he knows where she's going to be in 8 years.
So she would have been like
because when he was 12 and she was like 20.
Yeah, but her dad's in the military.
She was into it.
That's what I'm saying. He knows where she'll be in 8 years.
Yeah,
a
long time to wait for a 12-year-old kid.
He's 12,
especially with this newfound confidence of his. I've been to space.
He's
12. Really? Did you know we only use 10% of our brains?
Oh my god.
Well, and the kid also has like a dangerously large collection of fireworks for a 12-year-old kid.
Yeah, that's a lot.
His
that
mom
ends
is
up
like
saving his life.
His mom's like gung ho about like setting him off too. Like, we'll get hamburgers and then we'll blow up your fireworks.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Sounds like a night, Mom. Let's go. Yeah.
And then the dad who sucks ass at the end of that movie, right? They finally makes it back because with Jeff's help with the fireworks, the ship drops him off and he gets taken back in time.
Right.
To where
just winging it by that chance.
Winging a prayer.
Yeah.
But so he ends up getting taken back because when he's pulling up, when their whole goal is to get back to the parents' house. And as he's getting to the parents' house, the NASA's showing up.
Everyone's there.
The fire trucks
the
are there.
Government's here, Ronnie.
And he's like, what the hell?
Who would have thought they would have came back to where I lived?
Yeah.
Like the only place I talked about.
Right, exactly. The only place I know.
Yeah.
And I don't even know it. I just know the people who are there.
I just know that Bob and Eileen live here.
The stairs come out and he's going to come off and do this. But then he realizes, like, I don't belong here. This isn't my home anymore. And he's like, I'm going to stay with Max. So he goes back in the ship and it takes off.
Punch it.
Yeah.
And Max ends up taking him back in time, risking it because it's too dangerous for humans to go back.
Yeah.
But he says, like, whatever,
you
take
might not,
me back.
Yeah, you might not end up.
Whatever, you hate this place anyway, right?
Yeah,
So.
it ain't going to work out like this, so might as well risk it.
So it's either you die and you don't care,
You got to
or
risk it for the biscuit.
Or, yeah.
it's either you die and you're not going to know.
Yeah. Or you make it back.
Or it works out.
So then it goes back and he wakes up 8 years previous, right when he falls in the ravine, he gets up, he climbs out of the ravine, he goes to his parents' house, and they're there waiting for him in the boat where they were supposed to be.
Yeah.
Because they're going to go get burgers because mom didn't want to cook.
On a boat.
So they go, because he said, we'll take the boat, go get some burgers. But then Fort Lauderdale, you could do that intercoastal, whatever.
Maybe.
That's neither here nor
I'm making some assumptions there.
Those logistics check out.
Yeah. We don't need Max for this. So the part I'm talking about, so they untie the boat and they start driving away. You see the dad hit the dock.
Oh, yeah.
I rewound it like 4 times with this jackass just whacks it. Yeah. Like, what the hell are you doing?
Oh, man.
I could just imagine him driving it like, okay, here we go. Ah, shit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That dude lied on his SAG card. On his acting card, they were like, you can drive a boat, right? He's like, oh, totally. Sure.
Hell yeah,
Yep. Drive a
hell
boat.
yeah, you drive.
I'm the best boat driver.
They call me Bodie McBoat Driver back where I'm from.
Well, it's, it goes, you got a gas to turn, goes against your national instincts.
That's right. You can give it some. I think, did any of you get your boater's license in high school? I got
I
mine.
didn't need to. I was old enough that I didn't
That's
have
right.
to.
Yeah. But did you get yours? No. I got mine. That was one of the random
My
classes.
dad always lets me drive boats. So that's fine.
My dad lets me do it. Yeah. Oh, man.
That was the last year before you had to start getting a boater's license to be out there.
Wow. Congratulations.
I mean,
great.
I guess.
Congratulations.
Just a bunch of people my age and older that don't know what they're doing.
The confetti.
And you know those people out there don't have boater's licenses?
Yeah, no one out there's legal or
Just
legit
don't get
anymore.
pulled over.
Yeah.
That's the.
Pulling like a 25-foot boat with a Fiat. Like, I don't think that guy knows
Oh
what he's
man,
doing.
it ended up in the water.
It's like the triangles mean go and the square green things mean yes. Is that right?
I just remember red right return.
Just don't hit a manatee. That's the only thing. You
no.
can get away with a lot of stuff on a boat.
Doesn't matter.
Don't
Even
hit
if
a
you have a
manatee.
boater's license, you're not a manatee. NASA will show up.
You hit what?
The gentle sea cow.
It's actually a cool story. Worked for a seafood place, and some of the guys are crabbers, and they go out in Biscayne Bay and like pull blue crab traps and stone crab traps. And one time, I think it was after Andrew, the guy was out crabbing, and Black Hawk helicopters pulled up. Like they came real low to the water, and they like right on top of him. And he said like you could almost like they got. Because it was so loud from the rotors and stuff, you couldn't tell where they were until they were like right on me, and it was like, oh, that's really cool.
Why were they doing that?
They were just checking out because
just
it
make
was
sure
after
he's okay.
Andrew, like
Yeah.
seeing what was going on,
Okay.
like seeing who was doing what,
You all right
Because
down there?
the military was all over the place down here. After
Yeah.
that, there was huge natural disasters.
Man, dude. No, I just didn't know they were like if they thought, hey, we're looking for somebody. Like one of the penitentiaries got like got flooded, and we're like, we got a couple people out here. You haven't been to prison, have you?
You see one of the army guys like lean out.
Not you. That's not you. That's not him. Keep
Could
going.
be him.
Fly it out.
Could be. No. Okay.
Are you sure?
Let's take that shot. No, but again, so he gets back home. Everything. It's almost like, and it's kind of one of those things that kind of pisses me off. So I kind of wish they did. Like
That he gets back home.
I hate happy endings. I wish he would have died.
Right. But like, it's like nothing happened. Like, what was the point of the movie? That nothing happened.
Yeah.
If he fell in a ravine and then he woke up in a ravine.
But
and
he
then
knows.
Does he?
But he doesn't.
Oh, no, he
use
does
any of
know.
it.
He does
And-
know.
Yeah.
Because he's got the pet.
Yeah, he's got
I
the
would have
little
loved
pet.
it if they were like, I would have loved it if there was a character in the movie that was like, it happened to me. Like he got taken,
Like
and
a sequel?
Maybe in the second one.
like in the
Yeah,
first
it's
one.
Big Al.
Maybe in the
That's
remake.
why
Yeah,
he was in
Big
shock.
Al,
'cause
that's
he's
why,
like-
yeah.
He was having a flashback.
It happened. It happened.
They're gonna
to
go
me.
in. They're gonna go in the remake to Big Al's, and he's like, "It's back."
Not again.
That's all I was gonna say.
It's back. I love it. No. So then again, he gets back and he's like, "Hey, Dad, I gotta tell you, we should really invest in IBM computers and forget that DeLorean stock. That's not going anywhere."
That's right. That's right.
That reminds
Back
me
to
of
the
Forrest
Future
Gump.
won't save it.
That reminds me of Forrest Gump, where he's like, we invest in some fruit company or
Fruit
something.
company.
They don't have to worry about money anymore.
You know?
That's good. Says one less
One
thing.
less thing.
And he's filled with infinite star knowledge, like this infinite map of the universe.
Well,
and
no,
he's like,
he
"That's not gonna
lost
go
a lot
anywhere."
of that.
No, he got it taken out.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, 'cause they
okay.
transfer
By
it.
Max.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's a transfer. It wasn't a copy. It wasn't
Yeah.
a copy and
No,
paste.
no.
Yeah, it wasn't
It
a copy.
It was a
copy.
cut. It was a cut and paste.
Cut and paste. It's out
Which
of
is
you.
which is
Control X.
which is not good for Danny, considering he took a little more and became like goofy Paul Rubin. So he's like, I just took like part of your personality.
Yeah.
Well, you're never gonna be funny again.
Your personality kind of sucked, so I gave you at least now you have robot brain.
Yeah. Now you're a permanent wet
Oh
noodle.
man, what if this kid was supposed to be Pee Wee Herman? What if that's the
That's
part?
right.
What if that's why he talks like that? Is that he was supposed to grow up and become Pee Wee Herman?
Well, then he dodged the ball.
Yeah, dodged one there. Oh man, rest in peace, Paul Rubens.
Yeah.
Oh,
God bless Pee Wee.
yeah, man, I love that guy. Anything else you guys want to share about this one? Because I feel like we've blown it out of the water.
Yeah, I think
It's
I'm
in
good.
outer space. Feel good about it?
I had to rewatch the end. Like I had to ask Tyler when he got here. I'm like, he makes it back, right? I was like, he's like, yeah, remember? And then I do remember the dock part.
Yeah.
I didn't rewind it as many times as you did, but I remember
Like,
that now.
he just hit that. It's like 10-second jump. So you like hit it, bam,
Boom.
hit it.
Yeah, the only
What
thing,
an idiot.
the only
What
thing
an
that
idiot.
the only thing that throws me for a loop in this movie are like some of the transitions. It's like
Yeah.
you're on the phone with like the parents, and then you're back in the spaceship, and you're like, "Whoa,
Hold on.
what happened?"
No, I loved as you were saying with the jumping back and forth with that is going back and like I would love to rethink this movie if like it didn't end in the happy way. If like, oh yeah, we're gonna try to send you back in time, and it's just him walking into a white light, just a tunnel. It's just like, all right, that's the end of
He's just
Danny.
there like a
Snapping
vegetable.
clouds, and he's
yeah.
like, dang.
He just looks like Big Al.
Didn't work. What if that's it? He becomes Big Al.
He's just like-
to take him back. Yeah.
This Chef Bobby here is how you make orange juice. Didn't work.
He's back.
That's right.
I love that. It's back. Well,
It's back.
oh my god! Well, thanks for joining us on this one. Yeah, again, that's Flight of the Navigator. That's available on Disney Plus.
Yep.
As always, thanks again for listening to us on Spotify and watching us on YouTube. Appreciate all your support. Be sure to tune in. Check out Trey's Back to the Playroom series we got going on. It is up and running. I think you're gonna try to stream some Spooderman.
Spider-Man 2. Once we get the PS5 figured out, the new consoles we may have to get a capture card and do all that stuff.
We're gonna do it right. Don't worry.
We're gonna get it. The game's really good. I've played it. It's really, but I'll start from the beginning when I stream it. I won't start.
We'll get it again. So also look out for that. You want to show off your shirt a little bit? This is pretty cool. Where do you get these?
I think these come from rippedapparel.com.
Ripped Apparel.
RIPT.
Is that the same one? Ripped
This
Apparel?
is, yeah, I think so.
Ripped Apparel. Need to check that out. Again, this is from Retro Pop Relics. Thanks to Joey for bringing this to us. Also, you can find us at nostalgialand.podcast on Instagram or nostalgialand. Just Google that and you can find it anywhere else. But yeah, as always, I'm Matt.
I'm Trey.
I'm Tyler. Cowabunga.